Are we overreacting at all to the 6 wins?
No, you're not overreacting. We're better. This is a lot more fun. They're a better team.
What does Jabari
They're more
say about
organized. They share the ball more. They're just flat. They're better teammates. Here's an example of them being a better teammate. Okay, so we've been talking about this, and maybe this is just for now. We'll see. But Jeff Green playing, and oh, by the way, Jeff Green knocking down 2 huge threes in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter against Denver. It really meant something. It really was that he really performed. The game before he played in the final minutes against New Orleans, and coach after the game said, yeah, he was out there because I wanted his defense out there for the fourth quarter against Zion. I wanted him playing against Zion. Well, that means Jabari's sitting. Okay, if Jeff Green's on the floor, Jabari ain't playing. And Jabari was asked about the fourth quarter and Jeff Green getting to play, and here's what he had to say.
We winning, so I ain't really tripping about it. I mean, Jeff closing the game's great, and it's good for me to see what he's doing in those situations, why he's in, and just learn from him. It's not necessarily a thing to get down on myself or nothing. It's just, I know I'll be closing games, but it's just right now he knows how to close them. He's an NBA champion, been in the league for 17 years, and I'm just watching, learning how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So just learning a lot from it. That's all.
Could you have a better answer?
No.
Is it even possible to have a better teammate and a guy? And you do wonder if maybe do you think there's a chance assistant coaches and maybe Ime took Jabari aside and said, hey, this is not a reflection on you. We just want you to learn from him. Probably. That'd be the smart thing to say.
You'd have to talk to the kid, right?
It's what you want to happen.
He's your number 3 overall pick. He's, you got high hopes. You want him to be your hope is that someday he's going to be an all-star type player.
Uh-huh.
But this is it's exactly what he said. This is a learning experience. By the way, you're a young guy. That dude's been around, has seen it all, and you can learn a lot from him. I was watching him on the bench to see, but he was up. He was one of the first guys up. He's up. He's applauding. He's clapping for his guys. He wants with every part of his being. He wants to be on the floor, but you can't be a better teammate than saying the stuff that he just said. Right. It was one of the first things I thought of. Wow, Jeff Green's on the floor and Jabari ain't. That means something. And it happened 2 games in a row of tight games down the stretch.
Uh-huh.
But he's so young, and so when he's a 15-year veteran and playing while some rook or some young guy is watching, hopefully he'll teach that kid to say the same thing that he was saying at this time. And I don't think Jeff Green is going to close every game either. By the way, I don't either.
No, I think this is for now.
I think you needed him in there against Zion. You probably need him again. You needed him in there against Michael Porter Jr. You needed him in there to rebound. You needed him in there for defense, and then on top of it, he's hitting threes. Wow, that's fantastic. Jeff Green is I didn't know what kind of role he was going to play, but it's a pretty good one right now so far.
I actually think it's going to be I think it could be a little bit tricky to figure out who you close with. Dylan Brooks is a defender. He'll be there if he doesn't foul out. Fred VanVleet is great at getting steals. And he can make free throws, so he's probably in the game. Although Jalen Green, I guess, one of the strengths is that Amen Thompson is supposed to be a guy who's going to be a long defender who can, although his brother's playing really well. I don't know. Amen Thompson's probably not going to be on the court to close games. Not yet. He's not ready.
I don't think so either.
Jabari should eventually be over
Especially if you need a
Jeff.
basket. Now, he can create baskets, but he can't. He's not
really
not a shooter.
Şengün shouldn't be on the court. He's not a fantastic 3-point shooter. A free throw shooter. He's kind of average as a free throw shooter. He's not a leaper necessarily. He's big, but you don't really have a big body that you can have out there.
You got to have Şengün
What would
on
you
the
think
floor.
about going and making an attempt to go make a run at Clint Capella?
But then you're just taking minutes away from Şengün.
Trade deadline wise. No, he's the backup. You take him away from Jack Landale.
Well,
or maybe you play them together every once in a while.
What kind of minutes is Capella getting right now?
Well, I'm just saying, if you really wanted to go find a guy who, of course, the organization is so different now. I don't know anyone who's even hardly left other than I guess Eli Wittes, and Rafael Stone, who know Clint Capella like that. But maybe I just think Clint Capella would be a good big to have out there as, when Şengün is out. Şengün's probably going to be about a 31 minute per game guy. Clint Capella could play on the court with him at the same time, or he could play, because you can have them together. I mean, Şengün doesn't have to be a lane clogger. It may be only for 4 to 6 minutes, but sometimes you may have matchups where you want to have Şengün. You don't want Şengün on Joel Embiid. You don't want Şengün on Jokic. You might want to switch that up.
I don't know if I want Capella on him, but okay.
Well, he's a better defender.
Yeah, might want Boban on him.
No, not.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Quit.
Yeah, I want.
He'll be
Boban.
up in the suites with suite holders, signing autographs and holding kids and stuff. Now,
no, the kids. You sure he's not going to scare the kids?
He could.
Yeah, I'm not.
But
sure.
he's very, very friendly.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a $20,000. Clint Capella's $20 million.
Yeah.
So to make a deal, make any kind of deal, you just have to be able to pair the money up, and you wouldn't. I don't know. I'd have to.
It won't
see
be long
what kind
before
of
Şengün's going to have
trade
to get paid.
exceptions they do.
Yeah.
Well, his contract's over at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. I mean, you'd owe him $10 million, but you'd still have to make contracts match. I'm not sure how you do that with this team.
I don't know that we're ready to bring in a big money backup center yet. I don't know.
Do you want to pay multi-million dollars to a backup center? $20 million worth?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you see what Doc Rivers said? He's more optimistic now about Jalen Green after this start for the Rockets. He said, the jury was out for me. Can he ever turn into a serious basketball player, or is his image and doing all the other stuff more important? So I've been labeled like a Jalen Green hater.
Yeah.
And, I mean.
It's in your bio.
It is in my bio. Oh, Johnny's always hated. No, what I've hated is, and listen, it's not all on him. It's the atmosphere that Stephen Silas let permeate that locker room. Stephen Silas should be as much to blame for Jalen Green and what has happened and his start of his career as anybody, because look at the difference now. Now Jalen still, what was he, 1 for 13 the other night?
Yeah. Bad game.
Yeah, bad game. Right. They still won.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no way that they could overcome.
You were winning by 10 against the Nuggets with a minute and a half to go, with Jalen shooting 1 of 13.
Yeah. And you were able to hold on and hold them off at the end.
See, there's a thing going on here that's going on behind the scenes. John will give me a look when he wants audio to play. I think he wants the Doc Rivers stuff, but he's also staring at the television with Latino weather women, so I'm not sure what he wants.
Do you have it ready?
I do have it ready.
Okay, well, I didn't know you had it ready. I didn't even know you had it.
Yeah, it's been on the rundown for a couple of days. I thought, is he asking me for audio, or is someone turning to their left?
Right.
Turning to the left.
I didn't even know that you're here. Okay.
I'm in your eye line.
I can't even. No, you're not. No, you're not really.
I mean,
well, unless something's obscuring your vision.
This is the worst. Let's play Doc Rivers. I want to hear Doc Rivers, not this stuff.
Okay.
And now these young guys are playing in games to compete. Yeah. And they're different. They're just watching them. Even the first 3 games, man, they're different. They have a different walk, and they're playing right. I don't know how good they can be, how deep they are, but it's just great to see. And Jalen Green, I'm honest, I didn't know if he could be this guy. I didn't. The jury was out for me. I'm like, can he ever turn into a serious basketball player, or is his image and doing all the other stuff more important? Watching him, I think he's going to turn into what we wanted him to turn into.
That is high praise. Listen, I want Jalen Green to succeed. I don't care about the nails and the vibes and the let's just willy-nilly, no defense, throwing up 3, don't care, laughing after losses. I mean that's sorry. I wasn't bought in on that.
Hater.
I wasn't bought in on that. This one, yeah. Jalen Green cares. Jalen Green, the day after Fred VanVleet was signed by the Rockets, Jalen was at his house working out. That showed me Jalen wants coaching. He wants to get better.
So they don't have KPJ around. They don't have KJ Martin around. Who else?
Stephen Silas.
Well, Stephen Silas, obviously, but who else on the team? Because Jay Sean's still there. Obviously, Jabari. Obviously, Şengün. Is there another guy on the bench that I'm missing?
John Wall's not there anymore.
Yeah, but I just
Who he
Jalen,
was there?
To me, you made the team more mature. The team got more mature, more grown up. Guys who have played, in big games before, in high leverage games. A guy who has won a championship before in Fred VanVleet and played well in that in the final game against Golden State. And then you have a very serious coach in Udoka. You have to, if a guy has it in him at all to be a winner, it'll get drawn out when they're young, as long as you put the right guys around them. If you don't, then it's problems. If the Rockets would have gone through with the James Harden thing, if they would have hired somebody other than Udoka and brought back familiar James, it would have been an absolute abject disaster.
Disaster.